live and I am late. I'm having technical difficulties and I thought my cat stole this necklace from my dresser. And so I've been spending a lot of time looking for it, making sure they're not tearing it up. Turns out they literally didn't do anything. I hung it on the wrong hook and I didn't see that it was on its normal hook and I was like, where is that? Thought they like to play with my necklaces, so I have one of them in my lap right now. I'm about to post something to make sure everybody knows I'm live. I take horrible selfies, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna take not a selfie. I'm gonna take a picture of my screen like I did yesterday. That's a little bit different. Cat-related crisis. All right. Okay. We're gonna start playing. And I'm eating some chips. The cat in my lap right now, she's 12 years old and she's my pride and joy. I love them all equally. Every time I think about like, oh, Panda's my favorite, I'm like, but I think I just have a bond with her that I haven't formed with the others yet because I've had her for almost 7 years. She was also 6 when I got her. So her, like my importance to her as being raised by like a whole other family, I feel like I'm really important to her too in a special way because I didn't raise her from a baby. And Gnocchi too. Gnocchi and I have our own special bond because I had to really help her and work with her. Oh yeah, we were gonna finish Le Bleu. Hey, Phyllis. Or, I mean, sorry, Philly. I saw your username and immediately knew who you were, though. And I love you. How are you? Fried Philly roll. So, this is the castle I'm working on right now. It was a house that I built, but now I'm turning everything in the neighborhood into a castle because I love this castle that I made so much. That one I built from scratch. And at the end, I'm going to do a whole new tour of the whole neighborhood. Hey, it is okay. I keep accidentally being late. And I would love to be nocturnal again. I used to stay up till like 3 or 4 a.m. and sleep till 10 or 11 and just take a nap in the afternoon. And like that was when I was unemployed. So wasn't great, but that part was fun. Yes, a tiny castle would be so much fun to live in. I bet it would be really cheap to build one because you would need a lot of concrete and stone and stuff. Now, if you want stained glass, it's probably expensive. You know what I mean? trying to figure out what to do about rugs. I got a couple different rugs. I'm really picky about rugs on The Sims. They all have to kind of match. Oh yeah, I was redoing this room. That just looks too busy to me. Yeah. I've been putting these beds in here. Now that's pretty. To make it, I used to watch the videos on YouTube. I feel like anybody can do it if you just keep trying it. And they probably even make kits where you can buy the pieces and like the welding materials, but it's just like small scale welding and glass work. You definitely have to learn how to cut glass though, like really precisely so that you could use it how you needed to. That room is just so small. And I added more people. They started getting real crowded. I feel like this desk would look nice in front of that. That way I can move the bed over here and it not be a design conflict. Because I'm very peculiar, or not, I'm very peculiar. Very particular about how I put things. It has to be right or it feels gross. I don't know, man. All the little pieces have to be evenly spaced, or like, if it's chaotic, it's gotta be nice chaotic. I don't know. No clue there. Might be using this one. I don't know though. That just... Let's go to the top. I like the more monochrome ones for a patterned bed, especially a patterned like this has white, like very stark contrast. There's the white in the midst of all the blue. This also has that, but in a different and softer way. I have an idea. I'm gonna add, I'm gonna see, oh. It reflects on all the blue gray in the room, and that's so much better. Oh, that's just so off center. That room sucks. But like, the problem I have with having multiple beds in a room, and it's not like kid Sims, is like they will always be too embarrassed to go woohoo. And I'm like, nah, man. I want to see these gay relationships forming. Like, and I can't see that or have that until, you know, they can woohoo. And if they don't have doors, they just won't. Or it has to be like really far away, because I have this one castle, this castle, and if they woohoo, they all have like open, hold on, let me see if I can find an example. There's one on here that's like, yeah. So there's all these like arched doorways instead of doors in between the bedrooms. I do Really hate these modern looking doors though. No doors. I am snacking because I didn't have enough time to cook myself dinner before this, so after this I'm going to be making myself breakfast for dinner and watching like 4 episodes of New Girl before bed. While I watch New Girl, I'll be arting on my iPad. Pride flag. I actually, before I started remodeling for the castle stuff, I had a ton of different pride flags for certain queer characters that I had. But I think instead of like omitting modern looking stuff in the homes, because like even the computer, I wanted it to look vintage, so I picked the one that looks like a typewriter. So I think what I might do is make a gay castle. I might turn the compound house into a gay castle. You'll see the compound house later whenever I'm done with this one. But yeah, I think I might make a gay castle. I'm gonna write that down. A whole castle that is gay. Whole gay castle in Willow Creek. Oh yeah, I'll probably have a special episode where I build it too, because I like to build stuff, you know? I really like to build from the ground up. It's really fun. Ooh, there's even a pride door. That's going to be a really fun project, honestly. I'm so excited for that now. Ooh, but that's like... that's too big. I need like a single door. Ooh. Oh, but I have that in the Castle of Foxes already. What about that one? Edgar the Generous. Oh, that's why I wouldn't go there, because there is nothing there. Just a lion, bro. Just a lion, bro. Bro, it's just a lion. Okay, no. Okay. I don't think I like those doors. They're tacky looking, they're clunky. I think they would look better in a different color, but I don't really want that. I'm just scared that they won't do, like, that they, or also, there's other stuff that Sims do, like change clothes and go to the bathroom. That was my last chip, I promise. It's empty now. Goodbye. But yeah, no, I just don't want any of their functions to be hindered. That's like my main design rule, is that their functions aren't hindered, unless that's my intention. Sometimes I want them to suffer, but only for a moment for the narrative. It's like, because I can control the outcomes, I really kind of like that. It's really pretty. Doesn't look as good out in the hall. Sorry, I know that's really rude to say I want my Sims to suffer, but that's not like what it means. I don't really, like, it's not like I want them. That's not even what I said. I guess I did say that. I intend is what I should have said. I intend for them to go through certain things so that they know. Oh, I straight up covered up the entrance to the outside. Like, I just covered it on up. I accidentally locked my Sims in the bathroom one time, and that was just absolutely terrible. Like, I felt horrible because for days I was like, why aren't you coming out? You are all suffering. You have to go. Yep. Step 2, hinder functions if the function is for the function to be hindered. Exactly. If it's like for a reason, it's like the whole, that's like, it makes you feel really meta sometimes, because when you play The Sims, you're like, I feel kind of evil, like an evil god man, because you are. You're building these people's lives, and like, they'll be sleeping in bed, and you can just edit and delete the bed, and they have to stand up. Like, at any moment, their lives could change, and it's all because of you. I just really like this entryway, but at the same time, it's not secure. What if somebody comes in there? No. Sometimes when I speak, it takes me 50 years to, like, say everything I need to say. Oh, that has the same motif. And it's literally so fine. Like, it is so fine. Oh, stained glass. What I'm trying to say is, that's what, literally, I didn't even finish what I was saying. It takes me forever. I understand. That's what I meant to say. Sims will... Ew, yeah, drowning them. Yeah. One time, okay, so in my Sims 2, when I started playing last year, when I first wanted to get, I knew if I got Sims 4 immediately, I was gonna not be able to finish grad school. No, I wouldn't have hindered myself, but like, it's very addicting, and I love it. It's terrible for me. No, it's not. It's really fun and relaxing for me, actually. It's not terrible for me. The Sims is really fun. But I would make, like, all of the signs in the house the same. Like, it would be all cancers. One time... Oh, I lied. I have one more chip. It fell onto my desk. But one time, I made a house full of teenage Scorpios, and there was one Virgo, and he was in charge of them because he was the only adult, and literally 3 of them got killed in fist fights. You haven't played 4? It is so much fun. I've never played 1 or 3. I played My Sims Kingdom as a kid, but I didn't start playing actual Sims until I was an adult, because I just think my whole life I was like, I don't know, I'll just be like real in real life. It's not even about that. It's not even the same as real life, because you can control everything. Even if you can beat the system. Oh, I like that new door. I like that new door. Wow. Everything is turning out really great with this castle. Like, I'm just winging it. I turned it from a house into a castle. I think everything's pretty much done. I just gotta make sure that the top level... Oh no. I do love the rug in here. It's so cute. So cute. These table and chairs are so pretty and match. Like, they're not matching sets, but they match. I'm so hungry that I'm like looking around for more snacks. I'm like, I didn't bring anything else for myself. I'm gonna make some sausage links and scrambled eggs and an English muffin. That's gonna be so good. I heard 3 is really fun. Sims 2 is so much fun, and the music is really good. And so I made a set of the Matrix trio. I made them and put them in an apartment, and I had all the little chairs, like the dentist chair looking things where they would, you know, become part of the Matrix. And I had Neo and Morpheus and what's her face, and they were all in it. And Morpheus was always having to sleep in one of the chairs because they took up the room. It was a 1-bedroom apartment and they all lived there. Those are the kinds of mean situations I would put them in. Is like, haha, you're all living in a 1-bedroom apartment together. Like, yes, bagel breakfast sandwich. I love breakfast. It's easy to make. It's healthier. Like, usually eggs and sausage. Like, and I use chicken sausage. I don't eat as much meat as I'm trying not to eat very much meat, and it's actually been a good balance. I don't feel sick, but I also feel like I have enough energy, so I'm eating the proteins that I need, and it's just a better balance for me. And I haven't been eating any red meats at all, so not even pork, and pork's not even a red meat. What kind of bagel did you make for yourself? Ooh, that sounds so good. I have a lot of good, or I did have some good cheese, but some of it went bad, which always makes me sad, but I want to get a better fridge soon. Mine's a really old, like, tiny fridge. Everything bagels are so good that it's not even right. It's not right how good those fucking things are. We have them at work, and I have to stop myself, because if I eat a bunch of bagels, they hurt my stomach, but I can do, like, English muffins and croissant, like, lighter breads. The bagel I have to have sometimes only. And I'm not, like, it's not a gluten thing. I think it's just how thick and heavy and doughy something is, and I don't know. It's like, I'm only sensitive to, like, how heavy stuff is. Greasy foods, for example. It's heavy on my stomach. But I can eat, like, some catfish, and that's better on my stomach than, like, a fried buttermilk chicken strip. You know what I mean? Like, just depends on what kind of fried it is. Alright, I think I'm ready to move to the top. They need something to do up here. Oh, yeah, you work at a coffee shop, too. You work at the Boulder one, right? I follow a ton of those coffee shops on Instagram, and so I get them all mixed up, but I see you post in the store all the time, so I'm like, I know it's, like, it reminds me of Boulder, Colorado every time I think of it. I think that's why. Heck yeah. I need to come up to that one, because that's one I've never been to before. But you're always posting the pictures. It looks really good. Sweet Bay is not super artisan. I mean, it is, but it isn't. You know, like, it's closer to things you might get at Starbucks. And I've worked at some other places before where it's just a little bit more, like, you know, artisan. And it's not like I love my job. I love my coworkers. Sometimes it can get rough because of the customers, but it's never my coworkers. Like, I really love those people. I would lay down on my life for some of those women. And what? You meant in Fayetteville? I'm just kidding. I do the same thing, no matter if I think somebody knows what I'm talking about or not. I'm like, oh, I gotta tell them I meant this. I'm like, they know. Humans. I'm getting so, like, used to just talking, you know, when I'm gaming, because I used to do it all the time anyway. I'd just be like, and I'd make my little jokes and, you know, but this is, like, the first time anybody's ever, not like, you know, this isn't my first stream where I've had people hopping on, but, like, this is, like, the first experiences I've had, these are, with people listening in on what I am saying about things in, like, a more immediate fashion. It's like I'm not thinking about it, I'm just doing it. It's like I'm hanging out with people, with you. I know, me neither. I literally corrected myself just a while ago. Ooh, that is wrong. Why did I do that? That is terrible. How did that happen? And I think it was fine. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that might just need to be a 2-window thing. Yeah, I think that looks better. Oh, but that's also up against the side of the building. What am I thinking? I'm, like, literally trying to solve this, and I'm like, well, I like the way that looks. Of course I do, but it's not gonna work. That's at least gonna let them come out. It's very interesting the way Sims does all of the spacing and where you can place items, because sometimes I see people's Sims on Instagram, and I am blown away by how realistic it looks. But then I'm like, you know, I try to do that too and give it depth and layering, and I don't know, that's one of the things I work really hard on when I play this game. I'm so glad that those bookshelves are all different, because pardon me, it fits the style of some of these characters. Oh, I just can't believe that. I didn't want that to be out here. Where is that? What am I doing? Why don't I put that in this corner and take that plant out? What am I doing? That's why I built those. I just forgot that's why I built those. So now I have these little domes on top. Okay. That's fine with me. I can't move it over. So that's just gonna be where that is. Maybe I can even fit this plant in here. No. No, that won't fit there. Okay. Well, it's gonna go in here somewhere. Maybe. That does mean I can put this back. Will they be able to get out right there? Goodbye, plant. Okay. Oh no. That's fine. That's alright. I think that's exactly how it was before. saving that. Alright, so we obviously have a ton of plants. I do like these little stained glass dudes here. I think I might add a little bumblebee at some places. Bumblebee. I like it. Ooh! Oh no! It's happened! I'm actually a zombie. I'm a corpse and I'm rotting off the bone. Don't mind me. How does that look in the room, though? I bet it looks cute, but I need to check. It's fine. If I can't really see it, I'm okay with it because it looks good on the outside and it gives some more windows that so they're not just random up at the top. Alright. I want to add some upstairs activities for them. Like, I've added some benches, but, like, really I need more than that. Because they need something to be able to do at night. Like, it's dark. I need lighting. Definitely right there, because that looks good. That looks good. I think that is nice. That looks good. I'm gonna add some flare. No, we're gonna put them on both sides just like before. Okay. I like that a lot. Maybe here in the middle, since there aren't really many in the middle there. Just the singles. Okay, and now I'm gonna move all of the ones that are above. Ooh. Okay, that definitely has some. I don't know how I got so far away, but sometimes the zoom is playing with me. No, you're good, man. Like, seriously. Like, even if you did have to bounce, I literally appreciate so much that, like, you're here. It's really just fun to chat about The Sims. Like, it's really fun because nobody ever wants to watch this, you know? They're always like, yeah, I'll look at your sim house, but then they really regret that because I'll sit there and talk to them for like 20 or 30 minutes. I'm like, look at this, and then look at this, and look at that. And then I feel bad because I'm like, look at my sim house, and they didn't actually know what they said they wanted. They don't really want to look at your sim house. They don't think it's going to take 20 to 30 minutes. But I assure you it does, because I sit down here and talk about it to people for 2 hours or 3 hours, so you can definitely talk about The Sims for a long time if you care about it. If you care about The Sims like I do. Just kidding. so kidding. I am not a cringe lord, I promise. Yeah, it's like, sure. Like, one of my best friends is super into Animal Crossing, and I genuinely like seeing their house. But every time we get together and I'm like, look at my Sims, they're like, yeah, look at my thing. And so we're both like, because we're both wanting to show each other the stuff. But like at the same time, and so it's just the same type of scenario. I might leave this simple, but do, yeah. Okay, what are we doing up here? Well, a bunch of gay men live here, so maybe a male, a beautiful male. Yes, I'm a beautiful male, here to please you. Alright, that's perfect. Keep saying that to them for the rest of your life. Oh, he deserves these. They match him. They match his statue color, like his stone color. Okay. I love placing candles. It's just so whimsical. How could I not? I need more decor. Where's that at? Where are we at? Oh, I love these. Maybe not. Maybe something like that. No, I think the plants I have are fine. This one has less plants than the other ones, so I'm gonna keep that a theme, I think, for this house. I'll put some more of these plants, though, so he's not lonely and he's not, like, really vain. Like, I don't want that to be an image of Narcissus or something. So, like, I'll turn it into, like, a Hercules. Like, Hercules was humble, he was beautiful, he was good-hearted. He really just wanted to be strong because he couldn't do any, he couldn't help himself. He was really sad about it, and he's like, why was I born like this? You know, like, so the gods were like, we'll help you, we will make you different than we made you before. Myths, are even Greek myths, I love mythology, especially Greek and Roman mythology, even though Roman mythology is pretty much a ripoff. But it's still religion, and so you can definitely see where people were misconstruing the entire purpose of what these, you know, entities should be for humanity. And so it's like, Hercules, you prayed and we listened. It's like he won American Idol. You did it, Hercules. You're one of us now. You look great. Even though most of us are weird looking. Oh, that's just the Disney movie. I shouldn't, like, judge all of Hercules based on the Disney movie. I'm not, though. That's pretty much the story, is we will do this. It's in your destiny. But it's like, I guess that's why they wanted to make him powerful, though, because if he's humble, if he's a nice guy, he's not a huge, strong, and powerful dickwad, you know? Like, he's a nice dude. So then he's hot, strong, and nice. It's like Captain America. Like, that's a classic spin on Hercules. I'm sorry, but that whole fucking movie is... or that whole story. Captain America is literally just Hercules. It's just Hercules. Can't decide. I think that's enough, like, decor. Oh, yeah. especially, you know, in Greek myths, the heroes, even when they're kind, they're selfish in some way. But I think that's just because they're showing that they're still human. Um, you know, like, I love the idea of more, you know, human-like people. People who make mistakes but are redeemed. It's like a whole different... There are redemption stories in the Bible. I grew up on the Bible for 19 plus years of my life, so it was 19. It wasn't more than that. But the point I'm making is I saw way less about redemption in terms of, you know, letting people win, letting those stories uphold that change can happen. Most of it was focused around not changing but conforming. There was no real, I don't know, I didn't feel that in the same way I feel when I read like a Greek myth. I think, oh, this person is courageous and they are able to overcome this and they're not demonized. It's like the ones who were like that in the Bible were like, I don't know. I'm not judgmental. I find a lot of beauty in the Bible. It's just hard for me to connect positivity with it, I guess, because of all of the trauma that is related with me and the church. But I still love Jesus. I think Jesus is the greatest part of the Bible. Like, he's actually the main idea of Christianity, if you know what I mean. But, you know, that's just like, I think that's why I used to get so bent out of shape over it. It's because a lot of people forget that, you know, they don't remember that part. I don't like that the well's in there. I'm gonna move it. But yeah, they forget the important part, and so his messages get construed as these, you know, ideas where, oh, well, these people, I'm gonna strike them down. And it's just like, I don't think any of these teachings, like any of the global teachings, get it completely perfectly right. Like, I think they're all interpretations and things. They're all just people from thousands of years ago trying to figure out and explain the divine with our very limited knowledge of it, as it just occurs in miracles or phenomena, or making sense of what actually happens in nature, and we're taking that and we're transferring it over to how we perceive it, and we kind of cultivate how we perceive it. And that's fine. Like, that's really fine. That's what humans do. That's how rhetoric happens. That's how stuff changes. That's how the world gets built, and that's how it progresses and changes and flows with time. The problem is that we use it to control. I think that's why I don't like it. I like the teachings. I don't like the control. I think that people should focus more on the teaching that we're not supposed to be judging one another. Now, obviously, you get into really hard to deal with territory, because, you know, no, the person who said that in the Bible was God, like actual, you know, OG man, his daddy. And the problem was that Sodom and Gomorrah weren't even, my interpretation when I've read it, and I've read that part, you know, that's something they teach a lot. And my interpretation of that part was not because they were, you know, committing homosexual acts, as it might say, or I don't even want to say what, you know, the words that they actually use, just because some of them are really offensive to me. But they they were literally, they had completely gone insane. Like, they weren't just getting married as gay couples. They were literally, like, raping people, pillaging, burning buildings down. Like, things were happening. Things were, like, actually happening. You know, like, it wasn't just cut and dry, like, oh yeah, this is the part I'm talking about. The cities were just full of stealing and everything else. So of course that's gonna be different. But I think that, you know, if he wanted to target homosexuality in ancient times, or they, or whoever, the Christian God is a he, so I'm gonna say he. If he wanted to question all of that, I feel like he probably would have burned more than 1 or 2 cities down, right? But you only ever hear about one little thing. I'm like, no, but if that was the case, wouldn't there be more? Right? It's not just an example. People on the other side of the world wouldn't know about that, so how would anybody else know that that was supposedly bad? Don't do that. Meanwhile, you know, things are happening all over the world. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Why those interpretations are what people focus on. And it's like, why is that even a question? Why is that even a comment? Why is that even a concern? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Ooh, those are $140 a piece. Sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to make y'all broke so you can't pay your bills. I like that those plants are in the sun anyway. I'm putting a different top on there. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to circle back though, Philly. I literally think it's so silly that people judge and interpret, and I'm like, yeah, but how many times are we going to interpret these things that were not meant to be interpreted in such a way? How do you know that was the correct way to interpret what that means? You know, like, how does anyone know anything like that? And I'm like, you can go to 50 million years of Bible school, but any rhetorician will tell you that rhetoric and language and meaning is so changing. It's so different. Everything is very, very, very different every year, to the point where you can't even. That's why translations are different, right? If you read 2 different translations of Beowulf, like I've read a couple different translations of Beowulf, of various types of translations. Like, I've read it in the Old English, I've read it in the Middle English, I've read it in a couple of different variations of Modern English of translations. It's like, all of them are different, and if you really want to keep reading it and you get really good at it, like some linguists can. I'm not a linguist, and the way that I know a bunch of languages and I study the etymology or anything, but I do love etymology, and I think it's fun to learn. I think it's fun to play with. But people who are better at that stuff than me will tell you, if you continuously study texts and translations, especially ancient ones like that, you are running into where you are misinterpreting an old, extremely old and outdated usage of ancient languages that might even be dead. Most of the languages that the Bible was originally written in are dead because those languages are so transformed. It's like, have you ever read Old English? Have you ever read Ancient Greek? Or any of those are completely different languages compared to what we speak now. Like, I have the recordings of me reading the Beowulf in the Old English, even Middle English. Like the Canterbury Tales. Like, I can recite some of it from memory in the Middle English, like Juan dat April. Like, when that April, like when in April. His shore sota. I don't know, none of that sounds like English, right? So why is it that these people were like, well, I got a blah, blah, blah in Bible study, and I did this, and I did that. And it's like, yeah, well, I'm a researcher, and I've studied linguistics even at a basic level, and I can tell you myself that reading something from ancient times and interpreting it over and over again over thousands of years until it is now something that we might not even know is the correct intention, and now we're teaching people from that ancient book in 2022. It's just, I am so grateful that people have embraced these things that they want to study. I think it's a choice, though. I don't think that people should use it to oppress others. If they want to set those rules upon themselves and those regulations, but if somebody wants to seriously use that tool as an exploration of their own souls, why are they being downtrodden and told they're doing it wrong if they do it a little... I don't know. It just makes me angry. Exactly. There's a billion translations of all the texts. So that's why I think if you want to use it as a tool, if you want to use those teachings as tools, I think that you should also remember that that's what we're doing. Because, like, you watch movies and you see how they treat those situations where, it'll show you... There's a thing called Love, Death, and Robots, for example, on Netflix. And there's this episode, spoiler alert, if you don't want to listen to this, like, cover your ears. But Love, Death, and Robots, there's an episode where these aliens are visiting Earth, and they're looking at Earth, like, a few thousand years into the future. They're taking pictures of all the rubble, and like, oh, look, here's a skyscraper. And and like, as the episode goes, they keep picking up objects, trying to put names to them, trying to figure out, like, oh, this was this to them. They used this. There was, like, a McDonald's French fry thing, or I don't remember. It was something, and, they were like, well, this was used for this, and all of it was wrong, and it's, like, part of the humor of the episode, but, like, that's so true. Even historians might tell you, like, things change all the time because of new evidence. Yes, it's so good. I haven't seen season 2 yet, but I saw, like, last year that they put some more episodes up, and I really need to watch them, but those are so crazy that I have to watch a bunch at once. I think I binged the whole series the first time. But yeah, it's just like, why are we so bent out of shape whenever it's truly not a deal whatsoever? Like, humans are humans, interpretations are interpretations. They aren't set in stone. They're words, they're feelings, they're things that people were thinking and feeling thousands of years ago. And, you can say what you want, but that's the truth. That's literally people's thoughts and feelings from thousands of years ago. And I think that there is value, but I also think that hey, Keisha! I'm so glad you're here. Panda is, like, sighing at me because I'm not petting her. I'm like, you too? Everybody begs. Oh my god, I know. People always make those memes, like, oh, I think about that. I've been thinking about that since I learned about it in, like, 6th grade history class. They were like, oh yeah, by the way, we've been learning about the Library of Alexandria and how Alexander the Great did this, this, and this. And I'm like, yeah, and they're like, that burned to the ground. And that's whenever I was taught that, and I was devastated immediately. It wasn't like, it didn't happen like that. It wasn't said in that way, but that's pretty much, like, the gist of the teaching that we had that day in class was, yeah, remember this cool place that, all you nerds out there are thinking about right now? It's gone. It never... I was like, ooh, next we're gonna learn about, what we've done with those texts since. And I'm just like, really? You break my heart like this? Mrs. Oh my gosh. Who was my 6th grade history teacher? I'm old. I can't remember my history teacher from 6th grade's name. I want to say her name was Mrs. Nelson. I remember her face exactly. She was this middle-aged woman, beautiful soul, really petite, and wore those little snow bunny matching sweatsuits. Yes, I am, Keisha. I am old if I can't remember my 6th grade history teacher's name. I'm so old. That makes me feel like an ancient person. I need the airplane wings. I know they're in here somewhere. I saw them earlier. Clutter. Maybe they're in clutter. Maybe they are in here and I'm just doing it too quick. Need to finish this plane wreck. No, it's really tiny. Yeah, like, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, there's hundreds of thousands of scrolls and pamphlets, and they carried knowledge that was from like the oldest written languages and not and like knowledge banks in the entire world, and then they're like, but yeah, now it's gone, and that's been gone, and so sorry. Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. And I'm just like, how could you? This looks dope. And now I gotta make some dirty ground. Hey, skidded it up. Skidded it up. Ooh, it's an art form. You have to be able to do it. How is everybody? I keep seeing new viewers popping up, and I'm just like, hello, friends. How is everyone? I have 3 viewers right now. I haven't had 3 viewers ever, so thank you. Not all at once, anyway. This is really exciting for me. Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, fuck. Did I get Phyllis's or Philly's username right? Because I thought it was Fried Philly Roll. And then I was like, you know, I totally did. That's just their old username, and you know. I too have had many different usernames, so I 100% understand the want to keep going back to old ones or new ones. Oh, by the way, I haven't announced it yet because I haven't been super active yet, but I am getting back into the swing of Tumblr. Now, it's the same as my handle on Instagram, Mystic Cottage Studio. I didn't even try to make it something edgy because I'm trying to use it for my art stuff. And I've already found some other artists that I really like. And I'm just very pumped about it. I love layering these different textures and stuff because Oops. I can soften the edges. I can... It's meant to look like, oh, all this crap got, you know, destroyed looking. I'm like, man, I'm a madman over here with these. Ellie, oh, I'm so glad y'all are all here. It's making my night. It always makes my night when people I actually know come on here, because I'm like, y'all are actually gonna talk to me, yay. Sometimes I have folks hop on. There was a guy who watched a few of my streams. I feel kind of bad because I canceled a couple of my streams last minute. And, but he might also be watching some other ones because he was telling me he hadn't been on Twitch. He was on Twitch, but, like, he was just trying it out, I think. But, yeah, it's like dry brushing. I love doing these. It's like one of the most exciting things to me to do ground texture. Thank you, Ellie. I never do anything special, and I was like, I'm tired of just wearing my pajamas. I had this on. I have some tie-dye comfy pants on. They're just linen stretchy pants that I tie-dye last year. And so comfy. And I absolutely love them. If my cat wasn't sleeping soundly and just repositioned herself in my lap, I would stand up and show you. But I really, really love these pants in particular. And I did some yoga before, and then I showered, and it was so comfy, so I put it back on. And I was like, you know, I'm just going to start wearing a little something that looks nice. Even if it's comfy and casual. And then I put these elf ears on in my little flower crown that I got at the Ren Fair a couple years ago. And I was like, I'm just gonna make it a look. It's gonna just be a look. Let's see how that looks from the map. Oh, you can't even see the texture from the map. But at least the wing looks really cool. Like, adding the wing, I didn't even know some of that stuff was in that folder because it's all spread out, and so I added the engine and the wing. I love the hull of the ship. Sorry, my nose is so itchy right now. I have some dry skin, and so I'm, like, rubbing my whole face and nose. I see I have a 4th viewer. I cannot believe it. How are you guys? I feel very blessed right now. Welcome to the stream. I really just... Ugh! I'm loving this. I'm trying to decide which one I want to do next, because I kind of want to keep modifying some of the things I already have, so that once all those are done... Because, like, look at this! Castletown, right? I wish I could rename Willow Creek to, like, Castleton. Castlevania. Transylvania. Oh my gosh, my skin has been getting so healed though because I've been using shea butter instead of lotion. And oh my gosh, finally ran out of my Dr. Teals and I was like, bye-bye, doctor. My skin just stays more moist. It's not drying out, and so my long time fear that lotion was just making my skin drier is confirmed. And so I also try to put it on my lips too, so that I can eventually move from using chapstick to just shea butter, or just all natural chapsticks, because I just don't like normal stuff. I just have a bunch of old chapstick and I'm going to use it up. CeraVe. My sister loves that stuff. My sister uses that stuff on her whole face, body, hands, everything, because she has, like, I think she has psoriasis. I think that's what that is on her elbows. Or she did, at least, when we were kids. So, but she gets really... A Moroccan-style house? Hold on. So there's a village that I opened Oasis Springs, but look at these houses. So anything like that I'm probably gonna do here. I have not touched this place except to tear down a few things, but I refrained from doing so any further. There's also Strangerville, which has some, it's like supposed to be kind of like Area 51 and like Roswell. But I think here, like this whole, I want this whole place to be fancy and like castle-y. So obviously this is gonna have to change a tiny bit. I really do love Moroccan style homes though. Those are so pretty. And but I think they would look better in a more tropical looking place. There's a little bit of a tropical thing going on because this is neighbors with that other place. It does look strange, but it's typically because of these sandy mountain places. I might switch the palm trees out for other trees, though. I could fix up Mozart's castle. Oh, no, I'm back down to 3 viewers. That person was like, she is obnoxious. Bye. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Do I really want to change anything on Mozart's castle, though? Because it's already, like, a castle-looking place. Probably the ground. I will change the ground. That's gonna bother me if it doesn't all match. But if I bulldoze the terrain, it'll mess up my, pond. Everything will be ruined if I do that. I can't do that. Some of my building was, like, built around some of the hills that I made. Maybe I can make it a different color. Make it really big. And just make it, like, mountainous. These palm trees look really weird now. That could work. I could work with that. Okay, I can work with this. Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's way too big for that particular thing that I'm doing. Ooh, no. Ooh. Oh. No. Yeah. That's much better. I'm gonna go ahead and tear down all of the palm trees. Goodbye, palm trees. Goodbye, tropical rubber plants. Or I guess you're not tropical, but whatever. That doesn't matter to me. You're gone. Gone, gone, gone. Goodbye, goodbye. I loved placing you up on these hills and thought I was very clever. But now we're doing something different. Thank you. Thank you to all of the palm trees that sacrificed themselves for my design desires. Wait a second. I have a good idea. Actually, no. I have a better idea than that. Oh. Okay, actually, no, yeah, I like having that stretched. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. It looks like more intentional. I don't like these lights. I didn't like them before. Why did I pick that? Terrible. Lighting change. Decor change. Get out of here. Ooh. Don't delete that. Okay. Ugh. I don't like these poofs anymore, or... Actually, hold up. I love the interior decor. Like, just look how run down it looks. I love this. Look at how run down it looks. So, I've told people this before, but I have a bunch of packs, and some of the stuff that I have you can't unlock until your sim is good at something. But if you're building a community building, you can put whatever you want in them. So I put this really high level piano in here, and Mozart, when I made him with my friend Sunny came over and we were like making Mozart. We had a picture of Mozart next to the screen. We were like, okay, this is what we gotta do. But yeah, look at the bathroom even. Oh yeah. Everything's covered in cobwebs. I even made, like, you know how Mozart had a picture of his dad, or at least in Amadeus the movie he did, and it was just like hanging above his house or his stuff. Thank you. It isn't my favorite bathroom, but one of the challenges of this lot is that it is off the grid, so they have all off the grid like utilities and things. But yeah, it's kind of simple. I am trying to leave him lots of money so that he can, that's what happened. Look at the pond. Anyway, sorry. I'm sidetracked. I'm trying to leave him lots of money so that they can, or there's more than him now. Kevin Parker of Tame Impala now has a doppelganger on this, and it's called, this castle is called Mozart's Castle, but the family name is Single Musicians Only. But the thing is, Kevin Parker, the real man, is married with a child now, so like, you know, that kind of is not true anymore for him, but at the same time, the sentiment is there. This is his bed because he's just an apprentice right now. He's just an apprentice. This was actually supposed to be a really funny castle. This was going to be Salieri's house, and if you've ever seen Amadeus, that's really dope. I love that the Addams family did. But, you know, at the same time, a lot of things they didn't really, as long as it looked the way they wanted it to, they would actually do a ton of different colors to get the different shades of gray and black that they needed. And they would still shade, which I think is really interesting. Not just, I'm not talking about the Addams Family specifically, I just think it's interesting in, like, black and white films when they didn't have to account for color. That they did things like that to make the shading. But I need to put all of these back in here. Now it's big enough to where I can put an alligator. Okay. I can fit 2 in here. I love putting alligators in these. I have moats that have alligators, and whenever I'm playing it live. Yeah, so it looks like this whenever you place it. I'll try to remember to show you guys what that looks like. Ooh, yeah, I'm about to go grab another snack since I kind of want to be on here a little bit longer. But I'm already going to be here until, like, for sure 9:30, 9:45, but I might have to hop off about then to make myself some real food so that I'm not dead tomorrow at work, but, probably 9:45 just to give it a good 2 hours. Actually, I still might need a snack, so, actually, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. I'll be back in literally 2 minutes, so don't go anywhere. Dogs are so angeringly curious. And there's not very much left in this bag, so I'm just going to eat on these because I don't want to make myself too full. There's like a tiny amount left. Probably won't eat all of it because some of it's kind of like crumbled up. But yeah, I fed my dog because I could see he was hungry. And then I brought these chips in and I opened the bag and he heard the sound of the bag. And I'm like, bro, I poured you a whole bowl full of food. You're obviously wanting it. But you're perking up and wanting mine? Like, no. Go away. you know? I don't share my food with my dog because he's 45 pounds. And I hate it when dogs beg. I hate it. I don't know why it's so infuriating to me. I mean, it's infuriating to a lot of people. Probably gonna make this bottom fence a privacy. Not that. Every time I change something, the whole pond goes. That's just so dumb. I hate that. I hate that glitch. I don't know what that did, but that was freaky. How we doing, friends? And she's back with the pizza. Alright, give me a little bit through the chat. Like, put it through the chat. Like on Spy Kids. Like, I'll transfer you some kind of... Let's see, what do I have? Yeah. There's some of that. That's what I will use. That's what I want to use as currency for you to push Spy Kids food through the chat on Twitch for me. Let's do that, Ellie. On the count of 3. 1. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Did you save that piece, or did you get some for yourself? I guess if you baked it. I think we tore that pizza up the other night. It was good as hell. If you beg one more time, I'm not gonna be nice anymore, so go. He's gonna be led OUT later. But when I do it during stream, I set an alarm so he's not out too long by himself. I don't trust him because he started digging holes more. Yes, and Target has them really cheap right now. They're on sale. Or they were whenever I bought mine. What trees are we going to put on Mozart's castle? No palm trees. Yeah. And they're really quality. Like, I just don't get anything like that in other places. Not saying you can't. Their brands at Target, though, Good and Gather, most of it's organic or non-GMO, etc. Natural this, farm-raised, cage-free, this. Which I just really enjoy. I enjoy eating stuff like that. I enjoy eating something where I'm like, oh, this didn't come from a chicken who was getting, you know, pecked and messed around. We don't keep roosters when we do have chickens, so I really like that element to it too. Just because non-fertilized eggs are literally just going to come out of your chicken anyway, so it's really nice. Even when I was a vegan, I would sometimes eat, not sometimes, a lot. That's where I got a lot of my protein, was eggs from our free-range chickens. We only had 6 of them, and they could run around our pasture. They were protected. We were constantly having to catch and release possums. There's like the little crumbles, but they're not too small, so I can actually get a few and it'd be like a chip. I'm so hungry, it's not even funny. I'm literally so hungry. Yeah, at 9:45 I'm running in there to make my dinner for my new girl time. Yeah, me too. Like, we don't have any right now, but I really want to get some. I think my grandpa's waiting until summer. And I don't know if he still wants to raise the babies or if he wants to... What I mean is, like, go and buy the babies. Last time we bought chickens who were already, like, mature laying hens who were unable to produce fast enough for a corporate farm, and so we bought them from the corporate farm and kind of just let them run loose. They would roost, and now we had them up in the barn, so they would go out the side door of the barn, but they'd eat bugs all day in the barnyard, and they were great. I loved them. They just all started, you know, dying of old age, but they lived a long time after we got them from the place. I mean, typically corporate chickens don't last long, but you know, and it's because of things like the reason they sold them for, you know, where they were not producing fast enough, so they usually just sell them or eat them or whatever. But I think it was really nice to, I mean, we almost rescued them, even though that wasn't even our intention. It was like we were seeking out laying hens, ended up buying them from, I love to save animals, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, that wasn't like initially we were like, let's save some corporate farm chickens, you know what I mean? Like, but it happened, and we ended up really enjoying the quality. We got some really good eggs. They were all red, and so I named them Cheryl. All of them were the same name. Yes, tell her to do it. Ooh, that's a really cool one. I would love to do that in theory. And I love bees. I don't swat at them. I run away from them though a lot. I am terrified that they're gonna hurt themselves stinging me because I might move my arms or something too quickly. And then they die when they sting you, so you know. Damn, I only have like 20 minutes left, so I gotta hurry up and finish Mozart's Castle because I'm on a roll right now. Finishing these landscaping projects here. Oh yeah, you know what I did on my Tuesday night after work? Did some yoga and finished my landscaping projects. Yeah, you could say I'm a bit of a landscaper. I'm really good at it. Look how good I am at landscaping. I wish that this was like a transferable skill. I know how to landscape, I just haven't done it in a long time. I used to do all kinds of good work in my yard. I want to get different poofs. And I think that the furniture was tacky up here. I don't think I tried as hard. I can get better stuff, have less of it, and it would just look less cluttered and ugly. Candelabras can stay. The purple candles need to go. That needs to go, and that needs to go. I do love that I put this organ here in this little alcove. If your mom does get a beehive, though, I will buy her honey. I love buying from actual beekeepers. I really, really do. Maybe we can do something like that. I can give her a million jars. I have an entire cabinet full of jars on the bottom right next to my sink. It's really sad. I don't need the amount that I have, and I've had to start recycling some of them. But yeah, if she ever needs jars, tell her I have so many, and I clean them and I delabel them. not satisfied with these right now. Maybe I should lay a foundation with some rugs. No, I don't need kid stuff. I don't have the kids game on here. Okay. What are the other rugs I use? I use that one. Where did I even get the idea for using a lot of purple? I don't know. I can do these in a few places. Let's see what I can do. Oh, yeah, that looks better. Oh, whoops. That looks better than these two because it's like an antique looking purple thing. Yeah, no, like seriously, I would love some honey. I would love some honey. Ooh, y'all, life is hard sometimes. Life is hard sometimes. It's been a little hard recently, but I'm okay. Sorry, that was out of the blue. This acts as a bench itself. I do love those sectionals. I think, though, I don't like those. They don't go with the decor up here. Ooh, go away. I think I'm trying to focus everything around this fountain, and I want that to not be the case, so. There's a few different options. Mozart was like a really classy man, okay? Like, he was poor, but he was in so much debt because he was trying, I guess this part of it is not classy. He would borrow lots of money, would pay it back, you know. But he was always really poor because he would spend all their money. They were like, let's buy the best food. I want to have the best wine. Everything is a party. I work for the nobility, so I need to look like I work for the nobility. And it's like, yeah, but you work for the nobility. That means you're poor. Like, these people weren't even paying him enough so that he could live. Like, that's why he died of exhaustion, you know? Like, he worked himself to death. Poor Mozart. What a person to... What a person to, you know, die in such a way. I mean, he was amazing, but at what price, you know, like, and that's not even what he was striving for. He wasn't killing himself over his actual aspirations. He was literally, he had put himself in so much debt, and he was a workaholic, and he was partially, like, you know, he just had a lot of focus and drive. He couldn't sleep, he couldn't rest until he would finish something, you know? He was apparently a very dedicated man. Hi, buddy. You want to come over here? Come up. Oh, I got my buddy here. Alright, get down now. Get down. Good boy. Now go. Go on. I'll be in there soon. Go. Go. Good boy. Go. I have to be careful because when I tell him he's good, he, go. No. Go. 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 But yeah, when I tell him he's good, he perks up and he comes back. And I'm like, no, you're really distracting. I don't like having so many of these. That looks pretty nifty, and now I can put a rug there and it all look hideous. Pete, no. Go. Go, buddy. Come on. Go. That's why I have to get harsh. Like, that's even all that much of a punishment. It's really not. He just really needs to begin to listen to me, because I know he needs to go. I know. I will be taking him in less than 10 minutes to go. If I say the word O-U-T-S-I-D-E, he will be like, oh, please. Don't worry though, he'll literally be going out there moments from now. If he goes on the floor though, I'm gonna be really mad at him, because he does that sometimes whenever he's not patient enough, and I'm like, dude. That looks pretty sweet. You get up one more time. I had to show him where his bed was. Hold on, I'm going to read that in a really dramatic way. Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on yourfollows.com. Don't be mistaken. Your follows, the word follows, has a Z at the end. Make sure you go, because it's totally not spam. We're totally not cheating by telling people to buy followers. No thank you, Colo Poli. No thank you. I hope you enjoyed my sarcastic rendition of your offer. Okay. There's a song called Views by Nergo Erez, and I'm really hoping I'm saying that correctly because it's a really good band, and I hope if they were to ever see this that they wouldn't be like, wow, she's stupid for saying our name wrong. But the lead singer is so cool. I love her. And I don't know, they're really cool. They have a song called Views, and it's about people buying views. I felt like Jim Carrey when I was doing that. Now, I probably wasn't as funny or as good, but like once I was in the middle of that, I felt like I was on Bruce Almighty or something. I think I just need more plants and I'll be satisfied. That's so small. I thought it was going to be so much bigger. I have an idea. Pardon me. Maybe I could add a wall or something. Dang. I don't know. This might just be a flat castle. What do you think? You think this could be a flat castle? Or should I add something? Trying this out. I don't know if I like it. I don't think I do. Ugh. Hideous. Maybe it can have some... Maybe this neighborhood right here, this little street, can be glass castle tops. I did, like, add a big dome to that one. Maybe these can be domed. I don't really like those where I put them, or at all. Okay. What else? What else is there, y'all? Oh yeah, I've got fancy animals. Fancy topiaries. I want to add one more little hangout spot. I'm so glad I thought about it first, but I almost started singing some Phantom of the Opera. And I was like, ooh, don't do that. Don't get into copyright crap. Like, I had to consciously think about it because I'm just always singing something. Maybe I can add something pretty. Maybe like a maze. What was I thinking with that light colored one? Whenever I could just do this. But yeah, to go back to the story of this here, Salieri, and the movie Amadeus was a heavy rival. That's the rhetoric they chose to portray in that film. And so I thought it would be funny to build a house where Mozart and his wife lived in the house and Salieri lived by himself underneath the house, outdoors, alone in a twin bed with only a candle. Then Kevin moved in and I spruced it up, put a fountain there, an entryway, and he has full access to the house. Salieri was just only going to have access to this. But yeah, Kevin is way cooler than that, but my version of Kevin Parker is literally like just a hippie wook guy who loves EDM and is best friends with Mozart. I have an idea. Okay, that idea is not going to work. I have a theory. I need to test a theory. Oh, if this works, I'm gonna shit. Oh. Okay, so I can't do that, but I do know what else I can do. Which is put a big window, like right there. Oh. Would that go there? So I can put big old windows there. So this is like... I need to put a door first, so I know I can do that. What doors do I use inside? Okay, so now I can shape this room to fit. Okay, so you enter through the back. Oh, hold up. I don't know what I was thinking there. I want to leave it like that. So this is like sort of castle shaped now. Maybe. What other roofs have? I wonder if I could make a dome shape. Would that want to pooch out for me? Would that allow me to put a door on it? It will not, so I definitely need the type that has the wall, like here. Oh. I am probably going to... I am a huge nerd. This is so satisfying to me. Oh, butterflies. For sure. We're putting butterflies here. Stained glass, baby. Should I try to pick a stone or leave it like that? I don't know if I want those in there. I think I want this to be something else. Like a greenhouse. Okay. Oh, this is gonna look so pretty. What? Okay, so it's sloped and I can't put more of those, but there are more items. Okay, that's really small. I want a different color for that, that's why I got rid of it, but I am putting it back. Ooh, yeah, that matches. Probably gonna go with some of that. I'm picky. I'm real picky about it. Okay, I like that just fine. That is so cute. No. If anything, that's gonna go right there. not sure what else to do here. I really like layering plants, but it's a little more difficult in here because of the slant. I just think that these stick out like a sore thumb. I like consistency with the plants. Oh, I am like past what I said I was gonna do, but I'm gonna get to a stopping point before I go. I just love that. It's so cute. This already looks more like a castle. I'm satisfied with that. Alright, you guys. I'm gonna go to bed. Or not. I'm not going to bed. I'm making food. And then I'm watching TV. And then I'm going to bed. But I love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys come see me again soon. I love you. Thank you for tuning in.